are with us. One person made us all to have questions, but that person is not here to provide answers. A combatant of the People's Army, a committed cadre of our movement, a revolutionary cadre of our education struggles, a comrade and activist of community empowerment, our MEC, our champion, simply the best. Here we are again, possible drowning in our tears as we bid farewell to another cadre of our movement. Should I accept the mandate to stand here and say goodbye to Tate? Should I execute the assignment to bid you farewell, my friend? Should I honor this task to speak to you in the past tense? If I refuse, who will do it? The years have taken their toll as one of our leaders pass on. Every time it feels as a part of oneself is being cut off. None of those cuts could have been more painful than the loss of the dear friends, comrades, you, my leader, Comrade Tate Makgoe. Before us lie a revolutionary cadre, a brave one, a dedicated one, a clear-minded one, an ideologically astute of upright. When your heart ceased to beat, Comrade Tate, our hearts were in pain. When you stopped breathing, Comrade Tate, our tears never stopped rolling. When you lied there, emotionless, our emotions ran out of control because we knew without you we'll be empty and leaderless. It is difficult to describe the pain and sadness in my heart as I bid goodbye to a dear colleague, leader, and comforter of society, a brother with whom I shared so much over a long period of time. You are so much more than an MEC. You are part of my well-being, my surroundings and my work. We tested each other. We teased each other. We cared for the education of our children. We competed heavily. I conquered once. You conquered forever. I consoled myself by declaring, yeah, I am a daughter, I pay. You responded by saying, indeed, and we will always remember you when we release those results. You were simply the best. What struck me always about Comrade Tate has absolute humility. There was no pretension and sense of self-importance. There was no arrogance, only warmth and comradeship and that smile. There was no pettiness, only maturity, deep wisdom and vision. It is these qualities of humility, selflessness, integrity, self-sacrifice, and dedication that we honor him today. This is what we should emulate in our lives. As we lay him to rest, we must restore our faith in our people to build an education system for all, an education system that empowers, an education system that truly embraces a non-racialism, non-sexism, and prosperous South Africa. Go well, my dear brother. Go well, Mampudi, people's champion, simply the best. Your presence will be missed dearly. Be assured of our commitment to serve and defend our freedom. Never will Never will we betray you by surrendering this freedom to our enemies, to the family, and to the government of the Free State. Time is the best healer. With time, we'll accept that he's no more. Just remember this, our pain will pass. Count on our support as Gauteng province all the time. I'm told, like birds, when one is short and is limping, other birds will also start to limp so that the enemy doesn't know exactly which bird is limping. Today, all of us here are limping, and we are one. We are the Makgoe family. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Dear sister Yiwei, my niece Mick, and also my nephew Junior and Nash, other family members, Honorable Premier of Free State, and Honorable Minister of Basic Education, comrades, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is Prof. Qin. I'm from UNISA, and also the chairperson of ACASA. ACASA is Association of China Africa Smallholder Agriculture. I have two hometowns. The first one is China. The second one, I am from Limpopo. I am winter guy. And my brother and comrade, Dr. Tate, advised me I should come to Blue Fountain to become a Blue Fountain boy. You know, I know my comrade, Dr. Tate, roughly 2 years ago, but we didn't see each other due to the pandemic. After I came back to South Africa, so we want to do some collaboration to benefit the stakeholders in Free State via the collaboration between China and South Africa. So last week, Dr. Tate said, so he wants to visit me. And last Saturday afternoon, at roughly 1:30, we met. And we discussed lots of collaboration, the potential collaboration between South Africa and China, between Free State and China. So we know Free State is a sister city with Jiangsu province, Hubei province, and Fujian province. Yes, we have MOU there. After this pandemic, we want to do our best to do some collaboration, including the high technology transfer training for the youth and women, etc. We want to do the training of education. We want to send our students, our youth to China to get education. And we also want to do the high technology agriculture center in Free State. And our meeting until roughly 5:15. Yeah, it's roughly 4 hours last Saturday afternoon. You know, Dr. Tate, our comrade, he didn't get lunch. After this meeting, you know, as a Chinese, I want to invite him to have food at Future Africa, but he refused because he was hurried to another meeting. At that night, I didn't sleep well. In the morning, at 6 o'clock, when I wake up, I open my WhatsApp, I get news from my best friend, Prof. Victor Mbengwa. You know, our comrade and leadership, Dr. Tate, just passed away. I cannot believe, just I pinch myself heavily. I also opened Google, I know. I know it's truth. But I think our God also indicated me I should report this to our honorable premier of Free State, our comrade, Dr. Tate, worked so hard for our Free State and for our country. You know, this is my first time to come to Free State, to come to Bloemfontein. But using this way, it's my first time to come to the funeral. Now I want to treat my comrade, my friends, my leadership, and my big brother, Dr. Tate, use my own way to treat our parents. So my family member, please allow me use my way to treat my comrade and the leadership, Dr. Tate. Thank you. Finally, I want to say our family, please remain strong. And Dr. Tate, we will continue your legacy. I hope South Africa, China, friendship, long live. Free State, China friendship, long live. Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director. Greetings to Makgoe and Khayane families. Let me also acknowledge the Premier of the Free State, Honorable Xolisi Dukwana, and also acknowledge the Minister for Basic Education, Mayor Angie Motshekga. Let me acknowledge the protocol as established by the program directors. Program Director, we've spent this past week reminiscing about the life of Honorable Tate Makgoe. We've been reading and orating the book of his life as he lived with us and among us. Today is the day that we read this last chapter. The last chapter as he put his pen down on the 5th of March 2023, just like a student told by an invigilator in an examination that your time is up. At the airport, there is arrivals terminal and there is departure terminal. He arrived to start his journey as a visitor on this earth on the day he was born on the 12th of May, 1963. Many saw him grow up, start schooling, joining politics, and eventually became one of men and women who led when this country obtained its political freedom. He had a purpose to serve, an assignment to execute, and he did that diligently. He spent almost of his life on earth in helping to shape South Africa to be what was envisaged. Worked tirelessly, going through trials and tribulations because life has its own turbulences. Yes, at the end, when he was done, when his days as a visitor on this earth came to an end, he went back to the departures terminal and off he flew. Job in chapter 14 gives us this understanding about life and death. He says, man born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. He springs like a flower and withers away like a fleeting shadow. As the legislature, we have lost a treasure, an asset, and a wise man. But we will remember his teachings, which some were in his actions, the way he did things, and the way he conducted himself. We find ourselves here today because life is designed as such. Birth and death are the contradictions of life. Light and darkness are part of our daily lives. With birth comes joy and happiness. With death comes pain and sorrow. As Job says, my days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and they come to an end without any hope. Life is just about one breath. The eyes that see me now will see me no more, will see me no longer. You will look for me, but I will be no more. We wish to say to the family and friends, Pe Pihle, the pleasant memories you have about him will always be with you. Thank you for giving him to the people to be their servant till his last day. We pray that you find peace and comfort. He's at a better place where there is no pain, no sorrow. He played his part, finished his assignment on earth. Let him go and rest in peace as he put his pen down. I thank you, Program Director.
Eish, ila ba trickinyana hanyane ena. Banna jwale ne se ke sa tsebe hore na ha ke bolella Prof Shan hore nako e fedile ke mmolella jwang. I was not sure na o tlo understand ha ke ema ka pela hae kapa ke sa jwang. Mare o bona heso ka go nkutlwile because o khathile short le bone akere. Ai, sign language international. Re tšhentšha plata re kena mokgahlelong o mong re kenela mokgahlelong o mong ke tlo kopa le bona ha le mpona ke ema ha re be le sabedisano mmoho le tsebe hore ke a indicator hore a khona e fedile nako jwale le a bona hore letsatsi se le kankane se re le di-afternoonong jwale. Ke tlo bitsetsa ka pele a member of Mkhondo Wesizwe, Comrade Ben Sidiani, who was an MK cell leader. Atle Anyolo Hale, a member of the ANC Veterans League, Comrade Tsietsi Matang, who is the provincial secretary of the Veterans League. Anyolo He le Comrade Caesar Ntolo from the SACP and Comrade Munyazo Matlasi from COSATU. Oliver wetambo tina sikoti wekaya. Oliver wetambo tina sikoti wekaya. Zabalaza Sizo Zabalaza Sizo Zabalaza Sizo Ki ma pepele fela kamu Ma pepele fela kamu Oliver wetambo tina sikoti wekaya. Oliver wetambo tina sikoti wekaya. Sizo Zabalaza Sizo Zabalaza Sizo Zabalaza Sizo Zabalaza Ekar nin re tlo tshwana la re tshware workshop ya dipina tsa Mzabalazo. Comrade Ben.
Thank you. Thank you, Program Director. Greetings to the family, Ausevi. Greetings to the Premier of the Free State, and greetings to the Honorable Minister. Ken, sorry. Okay.
Ako batlela ba ipinele hle monna. Batlela ba ipinele.
Amanda. Thank you again, Program Director. Program Director, I just want to correct one typo that has been made here. I am part of the machinery of the MK, which Comrade Tate served in. I am not a cell leader, and the commander of the unit is not feeling well. He can't make it. He couldn't make it today. But outside, he passed his condolences to the family. Today we are brought together as one from all walks of life by one whose memories will forever remain engraved in our minds and souls eternally. We are united by the untimely death of a soldier who put all his life to free the country from the bondage of apartheid colonialism and gave his life to the service of his people. We are congregated in this solemn hall here today at the occasion of Tate Makgoe, whose life has been shortened miraculously. That term amplifies the consequence of the character of this funeral, because Tate is being buried by the government and the people of this country, who have implicit obligation for this service and this occasion. For if it was ever necessary for our people to demonstrate their commitment to our struggle, No better method could have been found than to take this single militant of our struggle and give him a provincial funeral. Consequently, while we mourn the departure of Comrade Tate, because it occurs in the context of our ongoing renewal project, it has been the occasion for the further consolidation of unity that binds the ANC and the people together. Let me thank Comrade Premier, House IV and the government for this act of participation in the burial of this gallant soldier. Comrade Tate entered the struggle in his early youth days. It was during this heightened repression inflicted by the apartheid securocrats during the time of the Nationalist Party. It was a period when all youths were called to action against the repressive regime for a new phase in the struggle for liberation in South Africa. The phase of fierce opposition to the racist regime whose apartheid policy was offensive. Perhaps in answering one of the questions or challenge which was posed by one of the previous speakers of when one had contact with Comrade Tate. My first contact with Comrade Tate was in '84, which was the commencement of a period of great political upheavals in our struggle, a period that was to prove most decisive in the general position of our political advancement as a movement. We traversed the journey together, inspired by the words of Albert Camus when he said, "Do not walk in front of me. I may not lead. Walk beside me. Just be my friend." Oh yes, our underground and above board journey was full of moments. The decade of 80s saw the escalation of apartheid system, and Tate executed all the